Hey Art Fam, are you ready for this? We're open for business. It's Luis Martin, the art engineer, and welcome to the safe space. Welcome to episode 127, believe it or not. Yes, I have been showing up every week for 127 weeks and hanging out, so thank you for joining me. I am Luis Martin. I'm an artist. I collage, I write, I live a magical life, all through art. If you want to be part of this, go to collagedream.com, where you can become a member by subscribing to the Collage Kits or the Collage Kit Diaries. One is a PDF, the diary is a PDF with copyright-free imagery that you can use in any which way you want. No one's gonna go get you, asking for dividends. And the other one is a paper treasure trove that you get over the mail here in the US. Go to collagedream.com and sign up now and be part of the art fam. You guys, it's been an amazing October already. We actually have a workshop, an in-person workshop in New York City. New York Art Fam, jump in. The tickets are actually selling out really faster than I thought. So get your ticket now. We're going to be doing a keepsake altar. What does that mean? I'm not going to tell you because I want you to be surprised. But the Day of the Dead is a celebration of life, of ancestry, of our connection to each other. And not only is it a genetic family, I always love to stress this out, to stress this point, because as artists especially, we are connected to each other, right? So the fact that you don't know me, that doesn't mean that you are not connected to me in my practice. If you see something that I do that inspires you, take it, run with it, right? And that's really what we can do from everybody in the world that we see on YouTube, on Instagram, or read about in history. So it's going to be really exciting. It's at the center. It's going to be on Wednesday, October 30th. Right before Halloween, and it's going to be fun. That's all I'm going to say. Be sure to get your Collage Dream kits. They are epic. Everyone's raving about them, and I'm so pleased. They have some really exciting stuff. We still have some left. There's one behind me. And also the diary. The diary is always a really exciting thing. I have some stuff planned for that as well. All right, so today, because I've been doing so much, I have a mess in my studio. So I have a pile of scraps that I've been waiting. Now, you know, if you've been through this channel for a while, if you're part of the community, you know that I am a hoarder. And you know that I love collecting images and bringing them into my life so they can inspire me. But today I think it's time to face them all and create some collage out of them. So here's the magic part of it all, right? When you enter a project, a room, a relationship, don't have expectations. Just go with it with an open heart, right? I mean, that usually works for relationships too, I think. But I'm just gonna play. That's exactly what I want to do today. I already spilled my coffee today, and there is no point crying over spilled milk. Coffee's another story. At any rate, I have a new cup here, so what do you have? Let me know. Okay, so, are you ready for this? Alright, so here is my pile of clippings that I was collaging with, that I've been collecting. I have many piles all over my house, and that's okay. Some of us need that, and I am that some of us. So I have tons of piles all over my house, and I know exactly what's what and where is what. So this is a pile that I just started, that I was collaging this weekend, and I'm really happy. And some weird stuff like this came out. And you would say, why don't you throw this away? Well, that's why. Look at that. Do you see that? That just happened like that. Look at that. And I'm basically done. All right, goodbye, guys. No, but so one of the tenets of Collage Dream and my collage practice is really that the act of making art is magic, right? So look at this. I just created this. I just put it together, and there's the magic. I created a little shadow, a little kid, and it's really speaking about me, right? Anything you create really speaks about you. Who do I identify with here? The little kid being kissed, or the one that's a shadow, the one that isn't there, the one that's neglected, So these are the conversations you can have if you want to, of course, because I mean, listen, you can make happy little faces all of your life and avoid the conversations, uh, and no one's none the wiser. But I mean, talk about overcompensation, right? At any rate, okay, so I can start right here and take it from there, which I will do. Okay, so I have my little tray that I've decided to become organized with. So I have my little tray and I'm doing well. Um, so much to talk about. Okay, let me see what makes me feel good. So I like this alignedness here. I don't like, oh, actually, maybe I do. It says printed in Japan. Does that mean something? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, so you guys, in the pile, I have a picture of this woman, and of course, I'm horrible with names because I go by energy. That's my excuse. I went to Broadway to see a play, Sunset Boulevard. That's actually a musical. Sunset Boulevard. I love the movie, but this was not the movie. This was the play, and it was a new production. And I'm not a big fan of musicals. I know. Everybody always calls me a bad gay for that, but I just don't, because it's, you know what it is? It's contagious. I'm very like susceptible to beautiful things, and music is a beautiful thing. So they keep singing, and then I'm like, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. It's too much. So I rather not. Anyway, I went to this play or this musical. It was amazing. It was like the production was so modern and so raw. Actually, I'll show you. Because I found this here it is. Her name is Nicole Scherzinger. She was the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls, which is like a pop band from the 2000s. It was great. They're fun. But this woman has the pipes of like a god, and it was really bold because it was about aging. It was about ego. It was about power dynamics in a relationship. It was wonderful. Watch the movie. The movie's fantastic. It's film noir with Gloria Swanson. If you haven't heard of it, you've definitely heard some of the lines. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille, or whatever. It was wonderful. So, yeah, it gave me chills. Some people were crying in the audience. But this woman is like, wow. So maybe we'll collage her. I don't like to collage contemporary famous people usually. Anyway, okay, so let's play with this. So I'm gonna continue with my maximalist approach to life because it's makes me happy. That's all I can say. Let's see. Okay, so how are you? What are you reading? What are you eating? I am super excited about this Day of the Dead time of the year because, I mean, just because, but also there's a new bakery in Queens that has Day of the Dead bread. No, it's not made of dead people. It is just, I think it has like orange blossom water inside. I haven't had any good here in the US. When I went to Mexico, and we were there for the Day of the Dead, it was delicious. And you know who had the best and this is really sad. You know who had the best Day of the Dead bread? Costco. It was so good. Okay, so look, I'm just gonna go to town, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me not do anything until I get the composition. No, I'm just gonna go to town because honestly, my goal for this is to just get rid of this pile of scraps because I'm afraid I'm gonna spill my coffee again, and there went that. That's really, yeah. I think I ruined my rug. It's time for a new one. Okay, so let me see what I'm doing here. So this is obviously a Kennedy. I don't think it's John F. Kennedy, but it's a Kennedy. Like, look at this. Like, why did I save this? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe it was just a fluke. Okay, so I have all these stickers. I mean, this is like a savior for anything really, because you can just create patterns, which we'll do. I also have a poem. So what happens when I'm on my own, not recording, my eyes do roll back, and I'm kind of just, operating on collages and poems and listening to music, drinking my coffee. My 6 hands come out like a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, or Shiva, and I allow myself to kind of get kind of messy and unorganized, but creative at the same time. Try it. It does something. Okay, so let's see what else we have on this pile. So we have white pieces of paper. We have some sky. Oh, look at this. I send this in the kits. This is clip art. And this is like the quintessential, no one's going to bug you if you make 100 million t-shirts of this, because it is copyright free. In the kits, I send you this along with some of my photography that I'm allowing you to do whatever you want with, and some of my words. So this is just beautiful. And you know what? Let's cut some up. Look how beautiful that big moth is. And I think it's also, I don't like giving a narrative to collages before I finish, but I mean, if we already saw the little ghost child, what a perfect thing to go along with it, right? Not a butterfly, but a moth. So yesterday, I started watching a show that my aunt recommended. It's called The River Secret, which is the title is in Spanish, El Secreto del Rio. And she had told me, oh, you should watch it. It's about this little gay boy in Mexico who stays with his grandma while his mother is away or something. And I was kind of hesitant because she was like, oh, I wasn't able to see it, but I saw the clips, and I was crying, and I was like, oh God, I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared. Sometimes, like, you gotta protect yourself, even from TV, right? Because there's no point in having conversations that you already had with yourself about the past, about growing up, about the scars, all over again, because then you start at zero again, right? But I thought, okay, I can do this. So we watched it last night, and it was really good. It was really beautiful. I saw the first episode, and then I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can watch this like every day. But there was definitely some triggers, because it is about this little gay boy in Mexico and how he is just immediately labeled as the queer, right? The kid. And there's a slur that they use that, I mean, that was basically my middle name growing up. I won't say it because it's an ugly word. I don't know if it's a bad word, but it's just an ugly word. And that's what you have to be careful, right? Because in magic, there's these things called words of power. Words that as soon as you say it, it transforms everything, right? And that works either way, right? It can be a good thing or a bad thing. So when you grow up and someone calls you a sissy, or someone calls you anything like baby, these words develop power over you, right? So if you identify with the word baby, well, what does that do to your psyche? Do you ever grow up, or do you stay a baby forever? Or do you feel you have to stay a baby forever, right? So this particular word, Mexican slur, had that effect on me where I was like, oh, it kind of like had a painful like shock in me, right? It doesn't anymore because I've deprogrammed that in me. But so hearing it yesterday was kind of like, I was like, oh, I need to not, hear that word. But so yeah, so it's beautiful. Check it out. There's this one thing. There's a beautiful cultural aspect to the movie that is kind of beautiful. They talk about the moche, which is the third gender in a region of Mexico, in the Zapoteca culture. And basically, they're not drag queens, they're not gay, they are third gender. They are not man, they are not woman, they are people that identify with both. So it shows a little bit of how they're celebrated, but also how they're ostracized within the community. But I love that it's a remnant of pre-colonial ideas and morals, right? So that's beautiful. And the actor who plays one of the mochi is a singer called La Bruja de Texcoco, the Witch of Texcoco. And they are, absolutely a powerhouse. Go check them out on YouTube. I'll try to link one up in the description. They are so wonderful and powerful. So when you have a chance, check that out. So I'll go back and finish watching it, but I don't know. Okay, look at this. And I don't have to use everything in my pile. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. I don't have to use everything in my pile, but if I can use most of it, then I'm in a good place. Because one thing that I don't want to do, and I advise you to just be aware, is, don't save it for a rainy day. Like, because maybe you're blessed and you won't have a rainy day ever again, right? So do it all now. I dropped something and I really love this piece. I'll show you. I let it go otherwise, but I love that. Isn't that beautiful? It's just a piece of beach. And it makes me so happy. I don't know why. Alright, give me a second. I thought I was prepared. Okay. So, what else has been going on? I am so excited. I've been looking for this record forever. This is my favorite, it's one of my favorite albums. Portishead. It's their second album. And I mean, I had the CD when I was a kid, and it wasn't like it came out as a record, but I thought, I'd love to hear this on a record player. Yesterday, the internet went out for 15 minutes, and all I could think of, I don't care, how wonderful, I have records. Can you imagine? I'm prepared for the end of the world, you guys. When the pandemic came, I was prepared. I was like, okay, lock the doors, we're good. Okay, so I don't think this fits here, but I love this and I'm gonna use this. Just like, look at this. Okay, whatever. That's exciting. Okay, back to our pile. So we have more of these butterflies. You'll definitely get them in the kit this time around. Look at this. I mean, you guys, the effect that pink has on me, that's why the sign is pink, that's why this is pink. I think it heals and nurtures that little queer boy in me that's still there, right? Oh, look at this. What is this? Miss Dior Parfum. Okay, guys, I tried watching Emily in Paris, and I watched the first seasons, and I just couldn't. I blame her for the fall of society. No, I'm kidding. I just think it just doesn't paint a very smart picture of America, of Americans. But that's just me. Okay, I like what's happening here. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, that is even cool. You saw how that happened? Oh, what if we do this? Okay, now we're really playing. I also, because I've been so on work mode, I haven't had time to play. But here's the thing, you guys. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? And even within the marathon, sometimes you have to have a sprint. But what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to sometimes not make art because you're working on yourself, because you're feeling your well, essentially, right? Look how beautiful. It's orange and no one will ever see it. Because I realized that, okay, sometimes I just really need to cross my T's and dot my I's so I can function in the world, right? And because I choose to, because I want to function in the world, right? Otherwise, who cares? Oh yes, because really, at the end of the day, you can choose not to care and just, you know, go into the woods and make art forever and call it a day. Do I like this? Yes, I do. Look, and I have more pink. I just collect pink. Okay, I kind of like what's going on here, but I also don't want to just... Here's my thing. I don't like embellishing or decorating photography. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to take this picture of Kennedy and then somehow or the other encourage the adoration of Kennedy worship. Does that make sense? So I need to cover these people's faces. I need to, and this is, so here's the thing. If I get one question asked over and over, it's that. The question of, how do I love Kennedy? No, it's the question of copyright. Someone's like, okay, I'm making collages and I don't want to get sued. This is the answer. Make it about yourself. Don't make it about the image you're using. Make it more about you. So right now I'm about to cover everybody's face and make it about this little shadow that's me, and no one's going to be looking at any Kennedy. Did I say that with sass? Good. Anarchy. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So the weather just shifted in New York again, and it's fall. It feels like fall. I think we're supposed to go apple picking this weekend, which we haven't done since pandemic. Have you ever done that? I did not grow up apple picking, so I was like, what's that? And it's quite beautiful, honestly. So you just go and you go to the orchards. We ain't got no orchards in LA. Oh, yes. Love that. Have fun. What if they're the same kid? I mean, I know they're not the same kid in the picture, but what if in my story, they're the same child? And he's looking at the past. You guys, oh my god, it writes itself. Okay, let me stop there for now. Look how beautiful this is. A lot of times you can use a lot of beautiful graphic design that already exists and just use it to create your own, right? But I just saw this man and I thought, I wonder what happens if I cut him up and see what the background looks like. So let's take this adventure. So again, I'm not trying to do anything, or I'm not selling any particular idea here. I'm just playing. I am giving myself an opportunity to stumble into beauty. So do that. So I don't think I talk enough about the tenets of Collage Dream and what that means. So the whole point of Collage Dream, well, Collage Dream happened because of the pandemic, but really now at this point in the project, in the business, in the school, it's all about reminding people that collage is the most democratic practice. Democratic practice, meaning anybody can do this. Anybody at any age, at any level of art making, of comprehension, can play collage, and it's a gateway. The second point that I want to make is that it gives you creative license, right? And when you have creative license, you can play, you can transform, right? And that leads me back to art as an act of magic in every sense of the word. Yes, I love this. Oh my god. Okay, do you see that? Do you see what happened there? It happened. Okay, yes, thank you. I always say thank you. You should always say thank you. You should always be grateful. So when something good happens in the world, let the universe know that you like it and you want more of it. Thank you very much. And you thought we were just going to talk about art. Okay, and you see how then that covered that woman's face, and now it's something else. Okay, I had this other one too. I don't want it to be an angel situation just yet, so let me just put that here for now. Okay, let's see what else we have in my pile. How are we doing on time, you guys? Oh, look at that color. Oh, this is wonderful. And then this, I just want to be at this bar. I don't really drink, but I just want to sit there and read a book. Isn't that beautiful? It's the Ritz-Carlton, Naples. Meet me there. Here's Nicole again. God, she was... I can't. Please, look it up. Go see it if you're in New York, or come to New York and see it. Let's have coffee. It's wonderful. Ooh, a rooster. A rooster? Oh, look at that. See, these are just wonderful for tattoos as well. A white piece of paper. Oh, this is cool. Maybe we can use that. Paul Smith. Look at that. An egg. Oof. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever... I hope you... Oh my god, I hope I haven't been out of the camera this whole time. Let me know. Okay. Oh, look at this. Let's use that. A comic book page. I mean, yeah. They're just notes to myself. Like, remember to go here. Remember to appreciate beauty. Remember the beautiful skin tones that you have. And remember to make your apartment look like this. Isn't that wonderful? We stayed at a really beautiful hotel in Newport. It kind of looked like that. It felt so haunting. Okay, cool. Yes, look at that. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, you guys. I'm sorry. Désolé. Okay. Excuse me, I make that sound all the time. It's very obnoxious. Okay. I was having a conversation with one of my members about getting old, and if you are a brat, you know what that means if you're a brat. It's about music. It gets better. Like, oh my god. As we get older, things really just don't matter as much, do they? I like this. Oh, it's a car. Till I crashed, it says. I don't know if I can use this. This I can definitely use. Ooh. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna use these stickers because they've been calling my name, and I've just been like later, later, later. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna make it easy for myself and do this. I'm gonna cut some in half for fun, for shits and giggles. Okay, check that out. Ooh, I'm really liking this. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this here. So instead of hiding half of it or trying to make it peek out the same amount, I'm just cut it in half so that they're uniformed. You know what? I don't have to make a whole roll. I can just do that. Oof. Yes, very cool. Now I can do this. So there's something about the black and white, right, that it really makes the colors pop. Wow. I like the conversation that's starting to happen. And what I mean by that is I can hear the conversations that I've had all my life with myself, so when I'm making collages, they kind of come forward and manifest. So to get to that point, if you want, just allow yourself to have no thought as you're creating, and then when you're looking, and then when you're done, you look at it and you're like, oh, I recognize this, or I recognize that, and then things happen. And then we're talking about catharsis. Ooh, yes, I like this. Okay. I don't want to... I like his shoe. Bought a shoe. Okay, this is going places, you guys. I'm really liking this. Let me see. Do I still like you there? Oh, maybe this way. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now it's something. Okay. You can live there. I'm looking around to see if I can find anything else that would really... Remember this guy? Do you go here? Ooh. That's kind of cool. Not sold, but kind of cool. Okay, what else do I need? I want like something graphic, something graphic. Okay, so I have a pile here. I have a pile under my desk. I have a pile there. Actually, yes. Let's pay homage to this month's diary and see if we can find something for this collage here. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, I love you. Okay, you. Ooh. Oh. See what happens? I get overstimulated and I'm like, oh, wait. Let me see if I can use this guy. Oh my gosh. And sometimes it helps to be really quiet and like see if you hear anything. I'm totally teaching you how to be like insane. Okay. Ooh. I'm not into symmetry, you know that, so I don't know if I like that there. Okay, but if I do that there, let me not put this here. Okay, this is good. Okay, I'm almost there, I promise. Okay, what if I just do a circle? You know I love my circles. And this is, you know, I use this, but now I just don't know how to use it. Every time I try using it, I don't get a perfect circle. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, I got an idea. Ooh, I got an idea, you guys. Okay, so you see, I'm going to see if I can slide him through these vines. Oh, that would be really cool if I can pull that off, you guys. So this is from a huge installation that was in New York. It was this wonderful tree. And you see, you don't have to, you can be inspired by something, but you don't have to use the whole thing or tell us everything all at once. This is just a little part of a little riff, right? A little sampling of the inspiration and the awe that I felt when I saw this huge installation. If you think about art like music, you know, the music of today, and I'm sounding like an old person as I say this, is not very original. Well, music's never really been original. Well, here's the thing. We've never been original. We're people, so we have to use each other as reference, right? So don't try to be original. Just try to add to the conversation, really. That's what it's about. Because, like I said, we're just doing what someone else, we're continuing what someone else did. And that's what we have to do as people, right? Okay, let's see if I can pull this off, you guys. I mean, like even that works, but let me not stop right in the middle before I get to where I'm trying to go. Whoa. Wow. You see how this is aligning? Okay, that's it, you guys. I can cut it a little bit more, but I think I have to stop there. Gee. This almost makes me a little bit sad. I don't know why, but we'll explore that in a minute. Okay, let me just fasten this. Oh, I see something. I'm making noises with my mouth, you guys. I can't help it. It's how I'm thinking now. Okay, so what I noticed was that there is a disproportion. Okay, here we go. So this here made it disproportionate for me. The moment I took it was balanced. But what I was gonna say is that it felt like this was really empty, and I guess that's really what the collage is about. But once I took it, it felt a little bit more balanced. But then I also saw this and thought maybe I could nestle this here. Let me just try it. Because you know what happens? If you cut things up and you don't use them in a particular collage you're working on, and you save it, as we do, you're that much closer to creating your next collage, right? Sorry, was that 3D? Did I just throw it at this camera? Okay. Oh. I don't think I need it. Yes, that goes there. Okay, let me just put it down, and then we can talk about this collage that we've created. Ta-da! Okay, I hope you can see it. So this is my collage. Let me make some room, and by that I just mean let me just clear some of the scraps. And sometimes it's just this, and we're done. Okay, so what did I do? I made a collage using scraps. You have been collecting all of the things you need all of your life, so don't think you need to go buy a bunch of stuff. Just start where you are, and then you can buy more, because then you're like, okay, I can really use this or that, right? So make space. Get your kits, and then collage. So I made a collage from all of the scraps that I'd been collecting, and I didn't have any expectations. I kind of just wanted to use the scraps, so I didn't just throw them away or spill coffee on them. And a little bit of my childhood trauma came out, right? Because I guess I saw that show yesterday, and it triggered me to think about myself as a little queer kid that was like neglected and ostracized, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate who aren't queer, right? Some of them were just ostracized for being artists, for being smarter, for being cuter, for being uglier, for being whatever. So there was this picture of a Kennedy, and you know the Kennedys are like this like beloved American family with a lot of darkness, but there was this kit that apparently I used at some point and saved the scrap, and now he became, or they became, or she became a shadow, and I identified with the shadow, and more to the point, there were more shadows that emerged, but look at the shadow. There's more life in it. There's more texture. There's more magic, and I've been thinking a lot about this, about time, and how we can kind of heal our younger child, inner child, right? So maybe this is me. Maybe I'm okay still being a child, but look at all the colors I've amassed. Look at all of the texture that I have created for myself as an adult. Always gravitating towards wings, right? There's some animals, some pigeons here, and the moth, and how wonderful, right? How wonderful to be able to make music out of cans and pans and art out of scraps like we do. This is it. This is my collage, you guys. I'm so happy that I took the plunge and just said, I'm gonna clear my studio and get dirty. You guys, I am Luis Martin, the Arch Engineer. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being part of episode 127, where we are healing the inner child. All right, I will see you here, there, and everywhere you take your phone. If you're in New York in October 2024, join me at the center on the 30th at 7 p.m. and go to collecting.com and get your tickets. All right, I am sending you a big hug. Bye.